Hi, it's James Gill from Mediaglue again, and I want to give you a few more tips about effective website performance. You may have remembered, if you'd seen my earlier video, that I talked about the 5 P's of website performance, and they were purpose, which is what the site's for, people, which is who is going to visit it, promote, how you're going to promote it and how they'll find it, prompt, which is what you want them to do, and the 5th one is pursue, which is how you're going to follow them up once they've expressed interest in your service. When you see a website in your browser on your computer or phone, you're probably not fully aware of what is actually behind the scenes and how a website is put together. And I'm not going to bore you with the technical details and all the terminology, but essentially you start out by creating a page design that effectively achieves the outcomes that you want to do, with the placement of the menus, the placement of the contact forms, the colors, the type of banners, and the way that they run within the site. And then you go through a process that we call slicing, which is actually creating a 3-dimensional product where the pages are actually clickable and exist. Most people these days want to have the ability to edit their own website, to make changes to content, to add photographs, to create galleries and things of that kind. And for that we use a thing called a CMS, or Content Management System. And there are many of those around these days. Most of them are what we call open source, and that has both good and bad functionalities. One of the disadvantages of open source software is that it needs to be regularly updated. The additional plugins that go into them also need to be updated. There are issues of compatibility, but also too, because they're open source, the nasty people on the internet, the people that we call hackers, have the ability to, just for the fun of it, get into your website and play around with the code and play around with the content, sometimes to your detriment. So content management system is where we start. But more than that, you see, when you look at contact forms on a website and capturing the information that you need, where are you going to put it? How are you going to store it? And what's more important, how are you going to communicate with those people again once they've filled out the form on your site? Now, as an add-on to a website, we can use a thing called an autoresponder. Now, that's a fancy name for an email broadcast package. So essentially what people want to do is they want to take the information from their website that people provide and put it into some sort of outgoing mail package. Now, in the vast majority of situations, you actually need to go and get a third-party product to do that. And there are products such as MailChimp, Aweber, Constant Contact, Campaign Monitor, and a whole bunch of these things that you pay for additionally to your website. Then we have the challenge of getting the information in and out of that, and also the challenge of putting information into your client management portal or your business database, where you keep your sales notes and activity notes about your customers. And again, these things are all individual bits and pieces, so they all add money and they all add engineering time to the development of your website. But more than that, what we also have to look at is, for instance, if you have a shopping cart on your website, you might have known when you buy something on a website that the address changes to this, HTTPS. What that means is that that site is secure for making credit card payment transactions. Now, in order to have that, you have to put a thing on your website called a secure socket layer, or as an SSL certificate. So now we have the cost of hosting your website, we have the cost of an autoresponder, we have the additional cost of an SSL certificate, the initial cost of a unique IP address, which you need to have the SSL certificate, and we have the additional cost now of creating payment gateways and transaction fees, of creating invoices, of advising the shipping company if you sell physical products of when the product's there for pickup, or taking it to the post office and getting it delivered. How do we calculate the postage costs? How do we calculate the freight costs? All of things, these are plugins to your website that add and add and add and add to the cost. Then on top of that, we have the issue of managing the records for your website and creating email addresses. So you either need to have access to your hosting panel, or you need to have a supporting IT company that is going to create and manage the email addresses and set up passwords for them when you get there. And it becomes overwhelming. There are so many different passwords and so many different people involved that managing this whole process, frankly, many times it can become a nightmare. Now, you might be selling a virtual product such as an ebook or a membership site or something of that kind, and you want to have other people around you, people that are associated with you, or people or friends, or people who are just purely mercenary, who want to be able to promote your product via their own website to their own database. So we need what we call an affiliate program. So we have to look at the affiliate program. We have to look at the number of layers of affiliates. We have to look at referrer codes and coupon codes and discount codes. And can I tell you, when you get deep into this stuff, it really, really becomes quite challenging. And in our business, frankly, this got to the point where I was really thinking, well, what's the point? I just didn't. It was becoming overwhelming. Running a hosting business, having support technicians, having people who could write specialist integration code, the process was incredibly hard until this week, when I found a platform that is better than anything else I've ever seen in 14 years of building websites. Not only does this platform have the best content management system, some of the sexiest looking image galleries ever, it contains a database where you can import and export information from your own database. So if you're a tradie, for instance, and you use something like Simpro, it can sync your database so that you can create your own email news groups. You can do broadcasts to suppliers, to customers, to any sorted category that you want. It contains shopping cart capability. It already has the Ssl certificates, all the unique IP addresses, and all that tricky, techie stuff that adds to the cost of your website. And I would love the opportunity to discuss how this absolutely remarkable product will work for your business. And at the end of this video, I'm going to show you a website link, and you will see the name of this product. And what I want you to do is launch the website, fill in an inquiry for us, or call me and let me talk to you about how this platform will work for your business. So what I want you to do, as I said, is visit the website, and I want you to call me and talk about this product. It's called Media Panel. And just watch for that name in the website industry, because this platform is absolutely fantastic.